If you had told me in January the results that I have now, I wouldn't have believed you. And actually, I still look at my figures. I look at my Stripe account and I'm like, what? 6 months ago, I was tired. Felt a little bit hopeless, and I'd worked with so many people that had promised me so much and delivered so little. You were two guys on the internet. I didn't know you from Adam, but there was something different about you guys. Your guidance has been gentle but to the point. It's almost unbelievable, the transformation that I've been through. One of them had a 50% increase after one session with me. When I came to you, I think my goal was like $3,000 a month. Now my next goal is 20 grand a month. You drop a message going, right, it's new week, let's get this, let's do this. And it genuinely feels like we're building something together. Like I'm building my business, you're building your business, and it feels like a real partnership rather than you guys are providing me with a service.
Okay, so today we are joined by our lovely client Jenny, who is a cake business mentor, and has honestly been incredible to watch your journey. Just to give a bit of context before we dive into this interview, we started working together end of February, or end of January, so roughly 4 months ago. Back then, you were like in a completely different situation. Your business struggling to sell a £30 a month membership, and fast forward to now, where we have been able to sell a four-figure one-on-one offer instead. We've been able to sell that consistently throughout these past months. I just want to say this interview isn't scripted or anything. We just got a few questions for you, Jenny. But the goal of all for this conversation is really just to give you the stage, we can say. We just want to celebrate your win and hear what this journey was actually like from your perspective. And yeah, let other people learn from your experience. So yeah, I know that was like a really weak introduction of you, Jenny. So can you just start by telling a bit more about you and explain more about your business?
Yeah, of course. So thanks, guys. So I'm Jenny, and I'm based in the UK, and I have spent most of my life in the cake industry. So I trained as a pastry chef, built my business over 25 years. I've been in the industry, built my cake business from the kitchen table up to seven figures. So I made over £2 million worth of cakes. I made a cake for the king during my business. I appeared on TV and had great fun building my business. And then I decided to sell literally everything and fulfill a dream of moving to the coast. So that kind of left me a little bit lost as to what to do, because my cake business had kind of been my third child. And I decided, because I was being approached to help other bakers with how to grow their business, I decided then to set up my coaching business about 2 years ago.
Nice, Jenny. Okay, can you tell like a bit more background into the exact place you were like 4 months ago, like right before you met us and we started working together?
Um, I was close to giving up, if in all honesty. I had started to work a little bit one to one with people, but not really. And I'd also launched a membership, which was £30 a month. I had a really good launch and had about 20 people in the membership, but it just felt really hard to get new people in. It felt really hard to try and describe to people why they should join, and it it was feeling like a slog. And I thought, I feel like I've tried everything. I don't want to. I don't know where to go from here. I was just really lost.
Mm. Okay, and in contrast to the last question, where do we, where do we want to say that you are the day to day?
Sorry, say that again.
In contrast to the last question, where are you today with your business?
Oh, so it's almost unbelievable, the transformation that I've been through. When I look back to, say, 6 months ago, I was tired. Felt a little bit hopeless, and when I came across you guys, it was a bit of a punt because I didn't, you were two guys on the internet. I didn't know you from Adam, and but there was just something that I thought I have to explore this because I'd worked with so many people that had promised me so much and delivered so little, but there was something different about you guys. And if you had told me in January the results that I have now, I wouldn't have believed you. And actually, I still look at my figures. I look at my Stripe account, and I'm like, what? It just doesn't quite feel real. But I have to get to that point where I'm like, yeah, actually, this is real, and this is just the beginning. There's so much further. We've got so many exciting plans. There's so much further for us to go. And it really has been a complete transformation, really, of my life, first of all, because I was working a full-time job and feeling a little bit hopeless about where am I going next? How do I make this happen? I've got massive dreams, but I don't know the vehicle to get there. And my business as well. And not only that, like the reason that I do this is because I want to give others the transformation that I had or the success that I saw in my business, in the cake shop. And I get to work with bakers every single day who are transforming their lives as well. So, I think I said to you before, if I won the lottery, I would do this for free because I love doing it so much. So as I say, it's the transformation in this last 6 months is almost unbelievable, but I know how much work you guys have put in, how much work I've put in, and the results that I'm getting with my clients as well. So yeah, it's amazing. There's no other word to describe it, really.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful. Your results has been like incredible. So can you talk about like the challenges you faced before you started working with us, and like did you actually believe that it was possible to achieve this that you have achieved?
No, I knew that I had big goals, because I'm just that kind of person. I have big goals, and as I say, I didn't know how to get there. I knew that I wanted to make this happen, but I didn't know that it was possible, and how to make it possible. So there's a lot of people out there selling a lot of knowledge, and my experience from the market is that it's been, as I say, over promise and under delivered. But no, I had no idea that I would like to believe that I could make it happen, but I had no idea how to.
Mm. And that's actually the best way that you're ending it, because the next question is that what kind of shift do you feel like made the biggest difference for your whole growth? What was like the thing that really just made it click and made everything so much easier?
That's a great question. The shift, I think, do you know, I heard a lot of people before I started doing working with you guys. I'd heard people saying it's as easy to sell a £3,000 offer as it is to sell a £30 offer, and I thought, well, okay, yeah, all right then. And actually, having had almost a year of trying to sell a £30 offer, and then having what are we now? 4 months, 3 months in of selling a £3,000 offer, it's true. And actually, sometimes it's easier to sell the higher ticket because you're selling more of a transformation. Um, I've completely forgotten the question. What was the question, Sebastian? Sorry.
Well, no, it's totally fine. What do you feel like the biggest difference were that like made the biggest difference for your business?
So I'd say the biggest difference to my business is probably the belief in myself that I can do it and I can give the value that is so needed in the industry. Using, it's not obvious. What I know is not obvious to everybody. It's well honed skills. So I'd say my mindset is different. I've done a lot of work on my mindset. I'd say the possibility or the inevitability of this being successful, because it already is. We're 3 or 4 months in, and it's already proving to be successful. And I'd say a bit more, like, you guys have taught me so much about how the business, in terms of online sales and um, working with customers all over the world. You've taught me so much about that. So I'm thirsty for knowledge. I'm always wanting to learn, and I've learned so much.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I have to ask, like, for those people watching, like, can you answer, like, what part of working together, working with us, was your favorite? Has been the favorite part of everything?
Um, I would say that there has been many, but I would say probably your um, guidance has been um, gentle but to the point. You know, I know if I come to you and say, let's start doing, I don't know, rainbow unicorns, you're like, no, Jenny, we're not doing that. So I love the fact that you guys also work with a mentor. That's really important to me. I like to work with people that work with coaches and mentors. I think that's really important. I work with coaches and mentors. You get the vision, and you are, yeah, we're making it happen. You're so encouraging. Like, you drop a message going, right, it's new week, let's get this, let's do this. And it genuinely feels like we're building something together. Like, I'm building my business, you're building your business, and it feels like a real partnership rather than you guys are providing me with a service.
Lovely. Can you also just because I think it's valuable information, just to give a bit of context on this month's goal, for example, like what we had talked before we went into May, like what do we want to achieve in May, and also how far are we as it is right now?
So at the beginning of this month, I had a 15K goal. Um, I am not sure where we're at to in that. I should know this, shouldn't I? Where are we? Where are we with
We,
that
we are
15
at
grand goal?
11K, so we are
There we go.
almost there, and there is a couple of days to go, and also a couple of sales calls to go. So you're
Yeah.
absolutely crushing it. It's yeah.
And actually, I think one of the biggest things that I've learned as well is how to conduct a sales call, and, like, you give me suggestions on what to tweak, because you're sort of outside of the bubble of seeing, you know, I'm inside the bubble. I'm delivering it, but it's really good to have that kind of um, that critical ear in, oh, that was really good, but actually maybe just do this slightly differently. So I know that results are only going to get better through the support and the knowledge that you guys are giving me as well.
Mm. And one of the thing with running almost every single business is that the thing you're doing it because in the start are never the thing that you're spending maybe the most time on normally. So when you started on this, you probably wasn't committed to being a content creator or being a salesperson on sales calls or doing the editing or whatever, all of these tasks, but it's something that you have to learn and something that you need to get around somehow.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. You know, it's similar to my clients. Sales is not a dirty word. You know, we're not. It's not the 1980s where you go in to buy a car and you come out with a car that you don't want because you feel so pressured into it. Like, sales, I think you were one of the first people to tell me that sales is just a service. And you can't sell someone, and I talk to my clients about this, you can't sell someone cake that doesn't want cake. I can't sell someone coaching that doesn't want coaching. You guys can't sell your service to somebody that doesn't want it. So ultimately we're helping people, aren't we? Your business, my business, and the businesses that I coach, we're all helping people, and it's about demonstrating that value properly. And I think that's probably, I have the experience, but I didn't have the knowledge on how to demonstrate that value, which is what you guys have pulled out of me.
Okay, can you also, last thing, talk a bit about like what our next goal is and the next steps for your coaching business and all of this?
It feels a bit wild to say this, but considering when I came to you, I think my goal was like 3 grand a month. Now my next goal is 20 grand a month. And I say this with a big smile on my face because I know that we will achieve it. We have had incredible results so far. And that then in turn means that the results that I'm getting with my clients as well are, it's all knock on. So the results I'm getting with my clients is unbelievable as well. So one of them had a 50% increase after one session with me.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the more people that I can serve, and the more people that I can reach, and the more people that I can help to transform their business, the better. And actually, when I have calls with people and they say, "Oh, that's quite an investment," yeah, it is quite an investment, because when you invest in something, you do the work. Like I you through to me, through to my clients, it's a bit like having a PT and going to the gym and standing on the treadmill with a burger in your hand. Like, that's not going to make you fit. What's going to make you fit is doing the action. So, the stuff that you've got me to do, and then stuff that to transform my business, and then the stuff that I get my clients to do to transform their business is all action, isn't it? So it's almost like a formula. If you guys are managing the ads, I'm managing the value and the delivery of that, then it's inevitable. It's not a possibility. It's inevitably going to happen that we're going to get to that 20K month.
Lovely, Jenny. Well, thank you so much for jumping on here and taking the time to have a small chat with us where we just, give you the stage. So again, thank you so much for being our front picture to the world out there. And yeah, we'll just see each other in the next call.
Thank you so much, guys.